Okay, so good evening everyone. I thought today I will talk about something that is very close to our society, our social belief. But I want to take you people in a time where we can find very different types of systems. Once I went to Archana's house and I was talking to Mr. Bodhe and Archana about, I was telling some stories about what is to that Vedic Upanishads, what are mentioned there. So there I mentioned about a rishi whose name was Jabali. So I told, I think that day, that once he went to his guru's house to take the Vidya lesson first to start with, then Guru naturally asked, what is your identity? Who you are? Like in school, in institution, you have to say who you are. So he told his mother's name, and then he said, who is your father? He said, I don't know my father's name. So how come? Well, my mother never mentioned about my father. So is it so? Then he was very surprised. He says, okay, go and ask your mother and tell her that my guru is asking, without that identity, he cannot take me for the shiksha, for the class. He went to his mother and he asked, mom, he is asking, guru is asking the name, who is my father? The mother said, even I don't know who is your father. She was a dasi. She was a maid servant. So she served many people. And she also doesn't know who is the father of this child. Then the son came back and told the guru. Again my mother told that she doesn't know, very casually, very calmly. He told that my mother, because for the child, its mother told that he doesn't know. So the boy told Guru, no, my mother said she doesn't know. Then Guru said, I want to see your mother. Who is that mother who can tell the son so casually and honestly that I don't know your father's name? Then Guru came and met the mother. And then Guru folded his hands in front of mother and told, you are a great lady who can openly tell the truth to the son. Then she said, what is your name? She said, my name is Jabali. Then Guru told, your son will be identified by your name from today. I have named your son Javala. So, father's identity is not required. Your identity matters when you can put yourself in this society with confidence. Otherwise, what happens? You are a son of a big person, but you yourself is nothing. You know, we often compare that. Ambani's son, how he is, whether he is like Ambani or not, as big as Ambani or not. So growing with the own identity is always better. And in that case, the Guru named this boy Satyakama Javala. Because he is always having the urge to know the truth. Satya ke liye kamana hai jiska, one who desires to know the truth. His name is Satyakama Javala. You can do Google and the names what I am mentioning, you can do Google and you can get to know more things about him. So then from this we connect to the marriage system. As I told that day, the last day, I want to talk about it. It is very important. Important in the sense it looks like marriage, I would say wedding method. The methods were 8 types, 8 legal types of marriages. But there in ancient India, mentioned by Manu. in Manusmriti. You know, Dharma Shastra writers were Manu, Yajnavalkya. So Manu's, this is very famous. This has been quoted by different people during different time. So 8 types were there. What are the 8 types? First type, Brahma Vivaha. You know Brahma Vivaha. Brahma Vivaha is very, very official. What happens there in Brahma Vivaha? The boy comes and asks for it is a sort of arranged marriage. The family decides. The boy can know who is the girl, but rest of the things are decided by the family. Horoscope matching, Lakshana matching, then how they look, physical appearance, all those things they used to believe, and that matching was Brahma Vivaha. Then next is Daiva Vivaha. Daiva Vivaha that is also a sort of, very, very official, very divine. Daiva Vivaha can happen in the temple, where God is the witness. Like even now, the marriage can happen in front of God. Who is the witness? God is the witness. So the belief is there, if I do something, marriage is a commitment, right, towards each other. If I break the commitment, now God is a witness, God will punish me. Okay, so that the priest will continue the rituals of marriage, and marriage can happen in the temple. No other people need not to be mandatorily to be there as witness, because the best witness is God. Next is Prajapatya Vivaha. Prajapatya Vivaha is the boy will give one cow or a bull to the family of the girl, and then he will ask for the hand of the girl. That see, I'm having this cow was considered to be the asset. So the boy will give that and ask for the hand of the. It is not a love marriage, it is sort of arranged marriage only, but the approach goes from the boy and then from added to the boy's family with him. Next comes Brahma, Daiva, Prajapatya are considered to be arranged marriage only. Next is Asura Vivaha. Asura Vivaha, no, Arsha Vivaha. Arsha Vivaha is the boy's family will approach to the girl's family. Maybe the girl's family doesn't know the boy's family. They will do a background check of the boy, and in return, maybe the boy's family know the girl's family, the girl's family do not know. So maybe the boy's family is observing that girl is a good girl from childhood, they are saying that. So all these arranged marriages depend on the observation, how you are observing each other, so and matching the Lakshana, horoscope, everything will be there. Asura Vivaha. Asura Vivaha is not, that also used to happen, it is a love marriage only. Next comes Gandharva Vivaha. That is little odd. Odd in the sense, in that marriage, those two, the boy and the bride and the groom, mutually decide to get married. And in Gandharva Vivaha, there is no witness, no human witness, no God witness, only nature is the witness. Sun, moon, tree, water, animals, they are the witness. Next is Rakshas Vivaha. Rakshas Vivaha is if you kidnap someone, if you steal someone, the boy steals the girl. That was very much in practice that time. You are considered to be a brave person, a warrior, Kshatriya. If you go, sometimes it used to be the understanding between boy and girl. The prince of one kingdom had an understanding with the princess of another kingdom. Maybe they met sometime, Helen of Troy. The same thing happened. It was the understanding between them. Then two kingdoms got into fight. Something like that. Example of Rakshas Vivaha. Bhishma had stolen 3 daughters of Kashi kingdom. Kashi Raj arranged for a Swayamvara for his 3 daughters, Amba, Ambika, Ambalika, for Vichitravirya. Vichitravirya was underage, not below 18. Underage according to the status of Swayamvara. When you can attain the Swayamvara, that age was different. That was above 25. Till 25 there is Brahmacharya. You cannot get married. First 25 years of life you have to be a student. You can get married. After that, Garhastha. In Garhastha you can marry after 25 years. So Vichitravirya was not 25. But Bhishma had to give his marriage, so he himself went. He was not invited because Vichitravirya was underage, so he didn't get an invitation. But Bhishma thought there is a big age gap. You know, when Bhishma was grown-up person, his father got married, Shantanu. So the Vichitravirya has a huge age gap with Bhishma. Maybe 20-25 years gap between 2 brothers. They are brothers, same father. So Bhishma thought, okay, he felt little insulted, but he went. And then he kidnapped 3 girls, 3 princes from Kashiraj and came. Then that time Amba told, I am already, my fiancé is there, so I cannot marry Vichitravirya. He sent her back. But then his fiancé did not accept her. No, you are kidnapped by somebody else. You are touched by another man before your marriage. Unknown, a stranger. So I cannot accept you. So then she promised next life she was born as Shikhandi. So Shikhandi or Shikhandi, transgender. So that is a different story. Then Ambika and Ambalika got married to Vichitravirya, but unfortunately after a few days of marriage, Vichitravirya died. When his wife still didn't have any progeny, means the person to continue the lineage. So problem was not solved. Then Vyasadeva got into this matter. He said, okay, I can be he has been requested to become the biological father of the children of Ambika and Ambalika. And thus, Pandu and Dhritarashtra were born. So Ambalika's son was Pandu, Ambika's son was Dhritarashtra. And that process, see, the system was, because the marriage has happened, it was just to continue the line. When they were having the conjugal relationship, Ambika and Ambalika, it was only to continue the line. So Vyasadeva put different types of oil and then sticky things which does not give a good feel, and he went to Ambika and Ambalika so that they do not feel any physical attraction towards that man. It was only to continue the life this process had been followed. I hope I am able to deliver the message what you are trying to. So that is to be done. And the thing is, there was nothing asked to these 2 ladies. Nobody asked what he wanted and what they wanted or not. They were kidnapped. Whether they wanted to marry Vichitravirya or not, no one asked. Whether they wanted to carry children of Vyasadeva, no one asked. Because they were the queens of Kaurava Kuru family, they had to go through that. Anyway, the debate is something different. So this is called Rakshasa Vivaha. So the system, why it was there? The system it was there. If you are kidnapped by some man, it is not your fault. Still, if you have a child with that man, the child should get the right when you are having a normal marriage, I mean to say Brahma Vivaha, Daiva Vivaha, or other type of social marriages, your child who has no responsibility of that should get the right of the property or the social right. It is always, so why these 8 types of marriages? You are having the question in your mind, must be. Next types are coming, which is even more serious, we will see. This is just an abduction. So to secure the right of the child who is coming, 8 types of marriages were accepted legally in ancient India, mentioned by Manu in Dharma Shastra. An extremely strict person about the rules and regulations in the society. Extremely. He was even more strict than Chanakya and Yajnavalkya. That no exception than this. If you are breaking one of the rules, you will be outcast. Simple. So, like what we do, if you don't wear a helmet, you will be punished. Doesn't matter who you are. Like that. So the next vivaha was Paishacha vivaha. That is the worst case of vivaha. Paishach vivaha is if a man rapes a woman. Society can force the man to marry the woman. If a person raped, abducted and raped a woman, where the woman will go? It is not her fault. You have to marry that woman. Society will force you to marry that woman. And if a child is born out of that activity of raping, the child will get the right almost equal to the right of the kids, of the children of this man getting out of other marriages. If the man is already married. And if the man is already married and has committed the crime, this child will get equal right of the other children. Because you brought 2 people. Your previous marriages, those wives plus this woman. If you are unmarried and committed this crime, your mistake is less. If you are married, already committed to someone and did this crime, it is mentioned as crime only, aparadha, dosha, then your issue is double. That man has to work, that is why Manu is telling you have to work almost 20 hours to earn the money to support all your children out of your relationships. Doesn't matter how many numbers. So take the responsibility. You can't just let it go like that. So that's the way our marriage systems of all 8 types were there just to secure the right of those children who are born, and of course the mother also, who first the mother, then the children who are born out of this relationship. Now, like Dasharatha married Kalki, that was also Rakshas Vivaha. We can't believe that. The first marriage with Kaushalya was an arranged marriage. But he made Kaikeyi and he brought her, and it is said that he loved Kaikeyi more than other 2 queens. Although out of 3 queens he didn't get any child, then he has to do Putrishti Yagna. Very famous type of marriage is Gandharva Vivaha. Very easily done and everywhere done. It is in the middle. Not like Brahma Vivaha, Daiva Vivaha and other whatever Arsha Vivaha. Neither Rakshas and Paishacha. Gandharva Vivaha is in the middle. What is the same? It is saying if the man and the woman are mature, they should be in the age of marriage. No underage relationship can be accepted because they don't understand what is that. Then the legal system will be different. If the relationship happens with a girl the girl didn't know. Even if the girl knows, the society will tell the girl didn't know. You have to come to a certain age so that the other person with whom you are getting married should understand what is happening. That is why when Dushyanta married Shakuntala, the same problem happened. The Shakuntala story is mentioned in many books. Mahabharata has Shakuntala story. Kalidasa wrote Abhigyana Shakuntalam. Very famous. But after, if you can read Abhigyana Shakuntalam, you will not like the stories of Shakuntala which are mentioned in other books. In Mahabharata, it's just a mention of the story. But in Abhigyana Shakuntala, maybe the social system was such, Kalidasa realized that and wrote it. So you all know the story, what happened. Okay? But when you go in detail, why it happened. In Abhigyana Shakuntalam, in the 5th act or 6th act, Dushyanta went back. Okay, he had some emergency, he had to go back. Then in the meantime, Durvasa came. Durvasa cursed Shakuntala. She was that time heavily pregnant, she was carrying. Anuswa Priyambada, her 2 friends, didn't want to tell her because she is already in that condition. Naturally, she is a bit disturbed, lost because he left. No news after that. See, that time society there was no other communication until and unless you are manually sending someone with the information or she is going to Dushyanta and telling. No other remote communication was zero that time. So there was no connection. Then she started getting worried. With her physical condition, she didn't know what has happened. Maybe Anuswa Priyambada didn't want to disturb her with the news of hers, which was not at all correct step. So all these things happened. Kanwa came, and Kanwa thought at the 8th or 9th month she should go back to her in-laws place, husband's place. Then they all with 2 other disciples, with Gautami. Gautami is Kanwa's, means another lady, Gautami, of the ashram. All 4 started and then they reached the court. Then Dushyanta forgot. A very big king. When they are reaching the court, Sharadvata, Shrangarava, those 2 disciples talk high about Dushyanta because he was a big king. And people say it is Chandragupta, Vikramaditya, Chandragupta Maurya, Vikramaditya's personification is Dushyanta. Kalidasa saw him. He was one of the 9 jewels in Navaratna Sabha. And he imposed those characters in Dushyanta. So he is one of the best king. So they all went. They told everything high about Dushyanta, very good, because you are there. That's why we are so happy. So everything is going perfectly. So in the drama that is going as expected, very smoothly and nicely. And you know, in Sanskrit languages, he has used such beautiful adjectives, you will almost feel that he is next to God. So because of you, we are there. Then he is asking how is Kanwa, we are all fine. How it is possible that under the sun and your rule, nothing can go bad. So that's a big certificate. And that's very commonly he is getting from everywhere. He got that. So, and Shakuntala was standing in a corner. The king looked at her that with these 2 old hermits, this lady who's that looks so different. Then Gautami is also old. Then he is thinking she is like among 3 old leaves, one budding, one newly blooming bud. Ek naya patta wala, somebody is blooming and she is heavily pregnant that time. And those 3 are very old. So naturally, it's a human expression. Kalidas was realizing that and writing. So what they are thinking in their mind, Kalidasa included those thought processes in the drama to show that we think so many things we don't express. She caught his attention, but out of decency he is not looking at her because it's not good. And pregnant means she is somebody's wife, so you can't say that time. I could see like this. ऊपर से नीचे तक ऐसे देखना, it was not decency. And he's a king, he's in his court, and people are talking very high about him. But what happened? You don't look like that to someone who is your wife. So he's talking very normally, formally also. Slowly Shakuntala is getting tensed. What is happening? Usually when you see some, come, we welcome everybody who is entering that door. Goes, oh, come Archana, come Vasu, come Akshata, like that, come auntie. We don't say that, okay, whoever, it's not that formal. Whatever it is, even in the court also, wife coming means, oh, first of all, you don't welcome your wife in the court. You send somebody to bring your wife to your palace. You don't wait when she will come. Okay, so she started feeling something different. Not wrong yet, but something different. And then he is thinking, I should not look at somebody's wife. When I teach that, everybody, my students will say, hey Baba. Because he is using the word, I should not, because he doesn't know. For him, Shakuntala is somebody's wife. I should not look at somebody's wife. Bolke, he turned his face. Then Shakuntala is touching the heart and telling, why are you beating so much? She's telling her heart, why are you beating so much, so fast? And then her left eyelid is started throbbing. He's telling, what is happening here? He's rubbing and she's trying to stop that. Then after all these things, Sharadwata told, now this is your wife and you two got married. Please accept her. Wife. And Shakuntala said, my God, what is this? So they both were very, Sharadwata and Shakuntala thought, immediately he will come and tell, okay, Shakuntala, come. Yeah, I forgotten this and that. Although those logics are not at all strong, but at least that much you can expect him to do. He's saying, wife? I said, yeah, she is your wife. See, it is not good for a girl to stay in her mother's place when she is carrying a child because people will talk. That's why we have brought. They didn't say that why you didn't come and brought her, all those complaints they didn't do. Still he was very calm. He said, I don't remember. How come you don't remember? Then Sharadwata and Shangarama told Shakuntala, now you have to defend yourself. Your husband says he doesn't remember you. So he said, what to do? Then Radha said, I'm not telling that I didn't marry you. I am telling I do not remember. Because marriage is something we can't forget. It's a big it's a big personal as well as social affair. So you can't forget that. He told he has forgotten. Then she is telling this story, that story, you came, you tried to feed that dear cub was there, so giving fawn was there, so you are giving water to him, he didn't take it, all those things. He is keeping his head on his hand and he is thinking, what is this happening? I have no clue. Then Shakuntala, then slowly the entire environment is getting heated up. That king with a level, everything, you can see the scenario is changing. Kalidasa has changed it very nicely. First it was so different. Everybody was so decent. Then both of them became so desperate to prove. For Shakuntala also she was desperate to prove. For Dushyanta also he was desperate to prove that I actually do not remember. Shakuntala is not able to understand how a person can forget. So she thought he is purposely denying. Now the thing is, that time marrying more than one time was accepted in the society. Because you have to, first of all, the wife has to deliver a baby boy. Because he has to get a next king. If the first wife is not able to do that, Raja can marry second time. If it is proved that the problem is with the woman, then he can prove. If the problem is with the Raja, then the solution is different. If the problem is with the woman, the solution is different. If it is with the queen, king can marry multiple times. But if it is with the king, queen cannot marry anyone. She is also accepted as queen, right? But she cannot marry. Then there are many other ways. Those are different stories. We'll talk about those differently. So he was already, and first queen has to be, the marriage has to be done completely officially. She should have all lakshanas because her son is going to be the next king. The love marriages are not accepted in the Raja can have many other, but the queen who is the first queen and her child only to be the king, next king. So married, and Dushyanta was also married. So, and it was accepted in the society. So he had no reason to hide it that he married Shakuntala. So these people were thinking that why he is denying. Shakuntala was trying. Then he said, okay, you show something which will give me the memory of you. And that is called Abhigyana. Abhigyana is that will revive Jnana, your knowledge. So Raja's Abhigyana was his ring. And it was a gent's, and it was a signet ring. You know, signet ring is only one ring, customized ring for the king. After signing a document, king's order or something, he will take out the ring, he will put it in the ink and put a stamp. So it's a royal seal that is supposed to be there, one in the kingdom. There should not be a second piece of that ring because it is king's signature as well as. If you have the second one, it's a paid one. So that's a gent's ring. Raja gave that ring to Shakuntala. She was taking bath in Somatirtha, where there was a Punnasnyan they do, and it's a big ring, so it fell from her finger. And because it was loose, she didn't even realize that it fell from her finger. It was already very loose, and she was in a different world. She was worried or tensed or happy with a mixed feeling she had. So when she found the ring was not there. Raja said, see, I told you must be having the kid from somebody else. You are trying to put the child on my shoulder. Your character is bad. In the open court, he just pointed finger. You know how he's giving example. Like the cuckoo lays the egg in the nest of the crow, you must have got this child with somebody else. Now your hermit people has come to patch up that and trying to dump that child on my shoulder. It was a pin drop silence in the court. Because from Dushyanta's side and from Shakuntala's side, it was like a bombardment. Both have left their decency, means their way of decency, not our understanding of decency. They left it because both were desperate to prove. And more desperate was Shakuntala, because she is having the child. What she will do? Then she started crying. Because Gandharva marriage happened, there is witness. Then where is the proof that they got married? There is no ring. He told, he's not telling, I didn't marry you. He is telling, just give a proof that I have married. I will accept. And that was the curse of Durvasa. You have to show something to the person, what that person gave you, which will help to revive your memory. And there she failed. So Dushyanta proved to be correct. Shakuntala failed to show. Then she started crying. Then she was going with Shankara Sharadvata told Gautami. So all this, that exchange of heated words were happening. They told, okay, we have brought her. Let her be here. And anyway, that is her husband's place. That's what she told. Oh, we have done our job. Kanva Rishi told. Kanva Rishi is Shakuntala's foster father. Kanva Rishi told to bring her, let us go. They were going. Shakuntala saying, why are you leaving and going? Sharadvata saying, why? Did you ask anyone before getting married? Shakuntala is a child of Vishwamitra and Menaka. Vishwamitra was doing a very, very hard tapasya, meditation. If he could have been successful, he could surpass the power of Indra. Indra found it difficult. If by chance he completes the meditation, then it's a problem for me. And Indra is little, whenever, whatever required, he is ready to do that. Okay, so Indra told Menaka, the dancer of the heaven, his court, you go, somehow you just disturb him and so that he can't complete. Menaka went, she diverted Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra's tapasya remained incomplete. Then they had Gandharva marriage again. Shakuntala was born out of that Gandharva marriage. Menaka said, this is after her birth. Menaka said, now this is the baby. Keep the baby. I am not into bringing up this baby and all. I am a dancer of heaven because Indra told me I came, she must be doing this type of service in many places. So Indra told me to come and do this, I have done. Now I cannot come sit back in the world and take care of the baby. Telling that, she left the baby and she went back. Vishwamitra says, I have done the biggest mistake of my life. My meditation is incomplete. Now I am having a baby. I am not into that. I am just into doing the prayashchitta. What is this? What a diversion. Vishwamitra did this mistake. So he said, no. So they both walked in two different. She went back to heaven. He went to somewhere else. That small baby, there was a river which was in the way of Kanva's hermitage, ashrama. The small baby left on that people walk and there will be the grass will be removed and the path will be there. No, beside that path they left the baby. Then one bird, vulture, saw some human cry. So the bird came and the bird was covering the baby with the open wings. Kanva was going to take bath in the river. On the way he found some human cry and then he saw a bird is protecting. He said, see, the parents of this baby has no humanity. A bird is saving that baby. The bird could have pricked the baby and killed. Anyway, the vulture can kill it. It is the food. Then he found the baby under Shakun. So he named the baby Shakuntala. Tala means underneath. Tal, niche. So Shankarava told, this is your bird story, Shakuntala. You have been deserted by your own biological parents. Kanva, if that day Kanva would have not passing that way, you would have been killed by some wild animal. During marriage, did you wait for anybody's suggestion, permission? You just found one person and you married him. You know there is no social matching between them. That is the king and you are a hermit girl. Shakuntala's choice was not bad, but that time she had no courage, no reply. He said, that time you need to wait for Kalwa to come back. No one was there in the hermitage. Only you were there. You took your own decision. Now you think we will take the responsibility of your decision when it is proved to be wrong. You are not able to prove your companionship with this king. How we will prove? We were not there. And you didn't show any respect to your foster father also. You didn't wait for anybody. You took your own decision. So now you see what can be done. We cannot do anything. She was crying. Gautami was feeling little bad. Shankara was saying, nothing doing. We cannot do anything. We have done our work. Then a priest told, okay, she can be there in my house. Let the child be born. We will see the mark. If there is Raj Chakravarti Lakshana, that means the Lakshana to become the future king, which will be there definitely in the hand. If that is there, then you can accept this lady as your wife. Shakuntala said, nothing doing. I did what with full responsibility. I knew what my sanskar told me that this man is good. What Kanva taught me, so this is the interesting part of the story. So my sanskar, what Kanva gave me, that gave me this power to understand the genuinity of the character. I don't know what is happening now. But that day I realized I am not doing a mistake. But if I am proved to be wrong today, what I did with full responsibility. I am going to take care of my child. She didn't mention boy or girl because she didn't know. I am going to take care of my child. I don't want anybody here. Neither Dushyanta nor my own people. I am capable enough to bring up my own child. She walked out from the court. And in Kalidasa's Abhigyana Shakuntala, one divine power came and took her. And then the interpretation of the divine power is, if the intention is good, the divine power will save you. That was not somebody came from heaven and took Shakuntala. Not that. That was her inner power that saved her. She was there in Chakra Tirtha and her son was Sarvadaman, who later became known as Bharat, in whose name our country is called Bharat now. 12 years she brought her son alone. She said, I am capable of. I married him. Although it is Gandharva Vivaha. I married him. I became the mother of his child. And now I can bring up this child also. I don't need anyone. After 12 years, then after that, Dushyanta found out the ring. One fisherman, that ring fell, the fish swallowed, the fisherman caught the fish was brought, he cut the fish, and then he has been taken to the court. He said, I found this ring, only one ring in the kingdom, no? So there cannot be any other second place. So the moment he found the king, Dushyanta found the king, that ring in his hand, he started repenting. And then after 12 years, eventually he found a small boy opening the mouth of the lion and counting the teeth. Then he said, and then he is holding the men, the kesar of the lion. Then he went for hunting. He told this boy, why are you traveling? No, he is not listening to me. So he is opening the mouth and counting the teeth. He said, this boy is not a common child. In the forest, who is he? Then he said, leave that. Don't trouble, because he must be having pain. That the lion is also small. He said, no, I will not leave. So he was playing. Then he gave him some toys. In those mud toys, there was a bird. So the bird was, he told it's a Shakun. Shakun, the bird toy. He said, Mom. So he could find a small boy, could connect mom's name with the bird. So he said, Mom. Then in his mind, something was there in his subconscious mind who said, who you are? He asked that boy. He said, I am Sarvadaman. He didn't know who is Sarvadaman. But what is your mom's name? My mom's name is Shakuntala. So then he said, okay, can I meet her? So Sarvadaman took. Then from outside the cave, Dushyanta asked, Shakuntala, I am Dushyanta here. Shakuntala questioned, who is Dushyanta? 12 years back, when Shakuntala came to court, Dushyanta asked, who is Shakuntala? After 12 years, when Dushyanta came, Shakuntala asked, who is Dushyanta? Then he said, you forgave me, this and that. That's a long description. Shakuntala didn't reply anything. Then Dushyanta says, from the day I have got the ring till today, you will not believe, every day I have gone through the repentance. You have your son here. At least you have somebody to hold on to. I didn't have anyone. And the repentance, what I did. I could not accept, if I accept you without knowing, that would have been a very bad thing. Because you were pregnant, I would have been touching somebody else's wife. If I don't accept you, that means I'm not accepting my own wife. So from both the sides, I was in dilemma. What could I do? And I was a king. I had a post, I had a recognition. I am an example to my people. So then Shakuntala said, okay, then you be the king. Don't try to be somebody's husband. Anyway, there is no witness. We did Gandharva marriage. Then he told that your son will be the next king. For people, at least you come back. After that, she also agreed, okay, my son, this kingdom is supposed to get a good king. My son will be the next king. She doesn't have greed for the power, but because of her son, she agreed and she came back. So this is one instance in our literature when Gandharva marriage has been showed in a very vivid manner that where the problem can be. Why? The reason was there, as I told before, to give the legality, because although it was Gandharva marriage, the actual king is Shakuntala's son only. So, but nowadays it is not possible, so we have made law only, because all these things now, whatever it is, after any type of marriage happens, now it is legally it should be accepted. Marriage should be accepted legally, whatever registration may be a method or whatever. And then only we will go for property and other things. In ancient India, the society was different, so these all different types of marriages were also a very, very legalized part, although we don't get much, it is in the Shastra, scripture, but this type of the other Vaishacha Vivaha, after that abduction or raping, you have to marry the girl, instances are not told openly. Examples you will hardly get in the literature. Things which are good, maximum Gandharva Vivaha you will get instances, not Rakshasa and Paishacha. Paishacha Vivaha is not at all, because that is considered to be a big crime at any point of time. Rakshasa Vivaha is Bhishma, although he didn't marry, but he did this abduction. That's a little different story. But Vichitra Vidya's marriage with Ambika and Ambalika was Rakshasa Vivaha only. So there are many stories and different types of stories and aspects are there. Maybe in the next session we can talk about those different aspects.